Hello class, this is Professor Hayes, and we are in week 7, so this is the final week, and today we're going to be talking about open publishing models and how that affects access to information for students, but also for researchers, and for instance, a lot of you are graduating, so how will it affect you in the future if you are not affiliated with a research institution that pays for databases? So the basic concept when it comes to libraries is we have open access articles and we have open educational resources. They're very similar concepts. One of them is a way of kind of transforming the academic publishing environment and allowing researchers to basically release their papers for free online outside of a subscription model. And then open educational resources really speaks more to teaching materials. So textbooks are a big one because they cost so much for students. So this is a way of reimagining that kind of publishing model that allows professors and other academics to write their own textbooks and release them for free. And there's more to it, which you will see from the videos that I am sharing with you. But in this video, what I wanted to do is just kind of talk about okay, so how do you find those materials in order to do the assignment that I'm asking you to do? So first of all, we're here at the CSI library homepage, and I'm going to show you something called Academic Works. So this is basically the way in which CSI and also CUNY at large is participating in the open access movement. And if I click on it, this is just my guide that I made about it. But what I want to do is actually show you directly Academic Works and what it looks like. So here we are. So this is for all of CUNY, and basically it's called an institutional repository, which is a long word, and what it means is it's basically a database of open access articles that all are affiliated with this institution. So basically anyone who works for CUNY, and technically also students who study at CUNY can deposit their materials here and have them, openly available for anyone to access. So this is all of CUNY, but I'm just going to show you the one for CSI. So I would go here to colleges, schools, and centers, and I can click down here to College of Staten Island, and this is basically the section of the repository that we manage here at CSI. It's managed by CSI librarians, you should know that, because we're awesome. Librarians are very often the radical sort of pioneers who are working on all of these efforts to make information free for students and for faculty and professors, and just for everybody. Okay, so if I want to look at publications and research, I would just click here. And this is basically a whole collection of articles that are authored by primarily CSI professors. There's a couple of student papers in here as well. And yeah, so basically this is a situation where the author of the article has gone through peer review, right? They've submitted the article to a publisher, an academic publisher. The article is peer-reviewed and edited and goes through that whole process, but we take a copy of it and we post it online in our database, separate from the publisher's subscription. So it's a way of kind of releasing that information for free. Sometimes those articles appear in the form of preprints, which is interesting because we already talked about preprints in week 5. So a true preprint, the way that we talked about it for COVID, is a time where the researcher is releasing a draft of their article, an unpublished version of their article for free. This is a situation where the article has been published. So the version of it that we're posting is after peer review, after all of the edits, and right before the publisher's pagination. So it's really the same article. But yeah, you do have to kind of look at it and see which version of this is being released online. I'll just show you an example. So this is an article that I wrote, a citation analysis about scholarship on zines. And this, in fact, is the finally published version. So I am including the one that has the publisher's pagination and everything. And this is the article. You can read it for free online because I'm affiliated with this institution. So the details and how this became possible are pretty complex, and I'm not going to get into it in this class, but just know that we've been fighting for the rights to do this. A collection of people have been fighting for the rights to do this for a long time, which is what makes this possible. So, yay. Okay, so, and you can go through here and you'll probably see some articles written by maybe some of your professors in class, depending on who you're taking classes with. Yeah, there's a bunch of articles in here. Okay, so if you as a student are trying to find a paper that's been published online for free, that is openly published. Okay, so almost every institution has their version of this, right? So like Harvard has an institutional repository. Columbia University has an institutional repository. The University of California system has this as well. Like, that would mean you'd have to individually search each of these different repositories in order to find articles. That sounds hard, right? However, Google Scholar is actually a great place to find all of these articles at once. So all of those different separate databases are being harvested into Google Scholar. So technically, I could actually look for an open access article this way. Granted, I'll also be looking for every article, right, because it's Google Scholar. So they're going to show me, as we already talked about in week 5, they're going to show me articles that I do have access to through the CSI library, but they're also going to show me articles that I don't have access to, and they're going to show me articles that are open access, which means they're just freely available online. So all of that stuff is collected in one place. So as an example, I'm just going to do Upper West Side. I know one of the students in this class is doing, oh no, it just gave me Upper West Side story. Google, stop trying to guess what I'm thinking. Okay, so I just want to look up my neighborhood, the Upper West Side, and see if there's anything here. Yeah, and you'll see there are articles about the Upper West Side that are full text available at CSI. That's because I did the library links. And this will take me to an article that is not freely available online, but is available to me, right, as a researcher who goes here. But some of these are actually just freely available. So an example would be, this one is an open access article online. This one is an open access article online. It does look like it's talking about Upper West Side. We want Upper West Side Manhattan, so let me just change this. All right, I'm looking for one that's freely available online that's not available at... Okay, let's try this one. Interesting. Yeah, this one was posted open access. I didn't have to click the CSI link in order to find it.